Let's be real, with the rise of the coronavirus taking over our entire world, how many of us actually wash your hands on a regular basis like the doctor tells us to? Not a lot, right? That's why it is important for us to know why we should wash our hands on a regular basis. Hi, Assalamualaikum to everyone watching today. So far today I am going to talking about my topic, which is everyone should wash their hands, and persuade every single one of you to do so by the time I finish. So this speech will be distributed into three main points. The first one is the reason why people do not wash their hands on a regular basis, the impact of not washing your hands regularly, and ways to keep your hands clean. So, if the rise of new virus and bacterial disease. Nowadays, I figured this would be a great topic to share with all of you. That's why I've chosen this topic specifically. So, starting with my main point, it's not a shock that people actually only wash their hands when they are showering or when it is crucial for them. The reason why people do not wash their hands on a regular basis is because number one, they think that it takes a lot of time, so they feel lazy, that it takes too much out of the day. They think that 20 seconds of their day is going to waste if they wash their hands, but according to the Center of Disease Control and Prevention, singing happy birthday twice from start to end, or even just humming it while washing your hands, is the accurate amount of time for you to be washing your hands. So think about it. To be honest, it's not actually taking up a lot of your time. Secondly, people do not wash their hands regularly because they find easier alternatives. So, speaking of easier alternatives, hand sanitizer are not one of them, because hand sanitizer are actually used beneficially and they give benefits for you when it comes to wash your hands. But what I mean by taking an easy route is when people only wipe their hands and on their pants, or maybe they wipe it on tablecloth, or maybe just curtains. These kinds of surface are very efficient for us to be cleaning our hands, because we do not know what type of germs or even bacteria could be on those types of surface. The last one, the last reason why people choose to not wash their hands regularly is because they have the mindset that as long as their hands look clean, or at least as long as they don't look as dirty as possible, then they will not wash their hands. So it doesn't matter if it goes on for one day, or they could go 1 week without washing their hands. As long as they feel like their hands are clean enough, they won't do it. This mindset is very bad for us, because with our naked eye can see the type of virus or even bacteria or anything that are on our hands, especially when we have been touching a lot of things from morning until night and our daily routines. So we do not actually know how clean our hands really are. So it all those are not good enough for you to realize that we should be washing our hands on a regular basis. Let me explain to you the impacts when we do not wash our hands regularly. So, the first impact, the first bad side effect to not washing our hands regularly is that we will actually be affecting those with a compromised immune system. So, this means children, babies, and the elderly, all these people, if we touch them, for instance, if we touch a baby with our hands, or have not been washed, or are not clean or hygienic, then the possibilities of them to get disease such as diarrheal disease is very, very high. And according to the Center of Disease Control and Prevention, this disease is the most highest disease to cause death among children all around the world. The second impact is that it will cause illness for ourselves when we do not wash our hands on a regular basis. So, for instance, what the most recent disease that is currently changing the whole entire world is the COVID-19, or the coronavirus. So this kind of virus can actually be stopped or prevented just by washing our hands. So if we do not do that, the chances are very much higher or very likely for you to get this kind of disease. Apart from that, you also can get diseases such as the hand, foot and mouth disease, and many more. Thirdly, when we do not wash our hands on a regular basis, it can actually ruin our skin barrier. So it doesn't matter how expensive your skincare is, if you do not wash your hands on a regular basis, and after you have touched your phone or you touch the laptop or anything you could think of, and then you touch your face area, you can actually cause more acne and more breakouts, and it can cause a lot of damage or problems to your skin. So those are the impacts if you do not wash your hands on a regular basis. However, there are always ways to avoid these things from happening, and the most efficient way is by always keeping your hands clean. Keeping your hand clean does not always or necessarily mean washing your hands regularly, though washing your hands regularly is very crucial. There are also many other ways that you can think of. The most efficient way to keep your hands clean is by washing your hands with the right way or the most correct and precise techniques. So, for washing your hands, there are 5 techniques in specific, which is wet, lather, scrub, rinse, and dry. When you do all these 5 tips, your hands will be as clean as they should be. So, next time you go washing your hands, don't just open the tap and put your hands on water, because that is actually won't be as efficient as doing the correct technique. Secondly, always use hand sanitizer. So, according to Dr. Molina Bakri, hand sanitizer actually has 60% alcohol, which is actually enough to kill the coronavirus itself. So for instance, if you are going out today, if the coronavirus is still intact, using a hand sanitizer can actually benefit you a lot and keeping your hands hygiene. Lastly, avoid unnecessary contact with things around you. So, for instance, don't touch railings or tables that look or seem dirty, so that you can avoid unnecessary germs or collecting virus that you do not want to be collecting all. Washing your hands is very important, that the community and society should be taking this very seriously, because one person preventing this can help prevent a lot more disease in the future. That's all from me. Thank you very much.